Alright, today's video is going to be a tutorial on hooping hats and how to load it on the machine and get the best outcome. This is what works for me, my shop. I use the same method on all the hats I embroider, so I do a lot of the auto and basic foam hats. I do these auto kind of structured hats but still a little flexible, and a lot of the dad hats. I do not do Richardson, like the stiff hats. So if you do that, you're on your own, buddy. Don't know how to help you with that. But today I have one of these auto structured hats, and I'm going to show you how I do the hooping, how I get it on the machine, and then we're going to stitch the hat together, and I'll show you my cleanup, my whole process. So on these particular hats, I don't use a stabilizer because it's pretty stiff already, but any of the foam hats or the dad hats, I always use 2 layers of tearaway stabilizer. But this is my hat frame here. I don't know, mine faces inward. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna flip this bill down, like the sweatband out, and you're gonna tuck that under this part, okay? You're gonna pull it all the way down. In the back you have, let me change the angle a little. Okay, in the back you have these little supports. So we're gonna pull the hat around. I'm gonna flip this part out, pull it over that in the back. Same on both sides. Now when you pull it tight and you clamp the buckle, the hat's gonna shift. So I always start off a little off-centered. Over here on this side, where we start, I kind of hold it down and tuck the hat around like that. And then we're gonna bring this up and over. And we want this to go right at the edge of the hat, where the hat meets the brim. You wanna get it as close as possible, clipped in there. Run my finger, help holding it tight. Buckle. See how I'm off a little bit here, but it's tight across on that side. We have to fix this because when we load it, if it's like that, now your design's going to be crooked. So let me get it fixed. All right, now it's nice and tight across the top. This is the next thing I do. I get the binder clips. You're gonna, right here you have the plastic, so you're gonna rub your hand across it and pull out all the slack and pull the hat tight and then clip it to the back. Do that to both sides. This is super important, I find, when I'm doing the dad style hats. And it's okay if you have a little bit of wrinkles and stuff, but you want to get it pretty smooth and tight. Now we're gonna go load it to the machine. Okay, now if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't know why my machine doesn't like to go on center for the hat. So that's the middle bracket. It should be here center, and it's not, and I don't know how to fix it, but this is how I do it. I just manually scooch it. And then we're gonna load the hat. It's always easier if you kind of get the bottom first. These are always tricky. You don't want to move too hard or else you'll move it off center, and you're going to get all 3 clips clipped in. All right, so I've already loaded the design that I'm going to do. One thing to always remember when you're doing hats, when you select the hat frame, the machine knows that the design has to get flipped. So you don't ever, I'm just going to pick a different design and show you guys. So right here, this is where you would flip the design around. When you're doing a hat, don't touch it because the machine will automatically do it for you. Watch. Let me change my color. See, when I change confirmation, it's upside down. So it automatically does it for you for the hats. So don't ever touch that, or else you're going to end up doing it upside down. I'm gonna do a pink thread. Now this is the most important part. Switch to needle 1. Okay. And we know that this seam right here is the center of the hat. Push needle 1 down, see how we're off a little bit? So now I'm gonna come over here. I'm just gonna, it's opposite. So if you wanna move that way, you hit this one. I'm just gonna scooch it until I get my needle as close to center as possible. And then we're gonna move the needle 1 around the outline of the design to make sure we're not too far down or too far up. I'm gonna take it down just a tad. Solid. And now we're gonna get going. Alright, there's our finished product. So now we're going to take the clips off the back and we're just going to clean it up. That's how it looks on the inside. Usually with my hats, like all these ones I did, this one and this one, I make my own like digitized design, but I bought this one from shop 1091. I love her stuff. So now I'm just gonna come in here and clean up a few little straggly pieces. I really take pride on my cleanup and how like crisp and clean my hats are on the inside with actually all of my products. So I just want to send out the best product. You really have to be careful with like the foam hats if you're going to use a lighter to clean up, because they will catch on fire and melt very, very, very easily, and we know this from experience. There you go. That's how to make a hat.